I'm John Arking. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota. Here to wow ya. Flagler County authorities say a South Daytona man who was wanted after a Palm Coast woman alleged he stalked her after she moved out of the home they shared in Texas months ago has been found. 24-year-old Justin Tyler Blake was wanted on charges including aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, stalking, domestic battery, and fleeing and eluding. Authorities say Blake showed up at Advent Health Palm Coast on Tuesday as his ex-girlfriend was exiting the hospital and then chased her east on State Road 100 to a McDonald's where she called for help. When a friend arrived to pick her up at a racetrack near Old Kings Road, Blake's alleged to have seized the woman and tried to pull her away from the vehicle. She managed to break free and called 911. Deputies staked out Blake's vehicle, laying stop sticks behind it to prevent him from driving it away. When he returned to the truck later Tuesday night, officers tried to surround him, but he drove the truck onto I-95 with a blown-out tire from the stop sticks and eventually stopped it in a median 5 miles to the south and escaped into nearby woods. Blake was located Wednesday evening and taken into custody in South Daytona by the South Daytona Police Department, Port Orange Police Department, Daytona Beach Shores Police Department, Daytona Beach Patrol, and Volusia County Sheriff's Office. He was booked into the Volusia Jail and will be extradited to Flagler County to face his charges.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. The Daytona Beach International Airport. Sunwing Airlines nonstop to Toronto. And starting in May, nonstop flights to New York City via American Airlines.
Half a dozen Flagler students come up with a safety plan worth exporting. With more, here's Tony Magoo.
It was just supposed to be a problem solvers project, and now it's so good it could go statewide or even wider. Half a dozen young adults from Palm Coast High School developed a safety plan as part of a community problem solvers project. The students were also mentored by Winnie Oden, the district's safety coordinator. With us is Superintendent of Flagler Schools, James Tager, who was with the students. Mr. Tager, they were asked to present their plan to a tough crowd.
So they were invited and did it in about a 30-minute presentation and then took questions from that panel. Frankly, it was very, very emotional.
That crowd was the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission. Their plan drew high praise from Commission Chairman and Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri. When they were through with their presentation, there was only one question left to answer.
Can we get other schools to replicate what these kids are doing? So I'm real proud of our students.
They did a great job, didn't they?
They represented Flagler County very well.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
And a plan to import Canadian prescription drugs to Florida as a way to cut healthcare costs is working its way through the legislature. 24th District Republican State Representative Paul Renner says his hope is that partisan politics won't get in the way of making it a reality.
This is a proposal that has support by wide numbers of Republicans and Democrats, over 80% support, that would allow you and me and people that have significant pharmaceutical costs to import from already approved FDA sources like Canada, where drugs are made safely, obviously. And we had a committee vote last week. Every single Republican voted for it. Every single Democrat voted against it. This is one of the most important issues that the legislature is dealing with this year. The governor supports it. Our Republican majorities in the House and Senate are supporting it and standing up with people that need their health care costs to come down.
The legislation is likely to pass through the Florida House with no issues, but could face stiffer opposition in the Florida Senate.
Palm Coast is becoming a smart city.
In her second State of the City address, Mayor Melissa Hollins said that fiber, broadband, and technology should bring new businesses to Palm Coast. One of the ways Palm Coast is expanding its digital services is through its utilities,
including online permitting, advanced meter reading, and a pilot program for smart manholes to help us prevent sewage overflows during major rain events. This year, we started a drone program for maintenance of the stormwater systems and other infrastructure and for use during emergencies.
Hollins said that the fiber optic network that the city, the schools, and some businesses are using is already paying for itself.
With its 60 miles of conduit, generating $600,000 in revenue for the city every year, and saving us over $3 million in data-related expenses since it started 9 years ago.
She said that network might be one of the things that helps recruit high-tech businesses to Palm Coast. Tomorrow, Palm Coast Connect. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm John Arking.